still quite early in year to be sowing any seeds, but I'm going to start off some onions today, and I'm going to do a mixture of regular onions and red onions. But before I do that, I'm going to sieve some compost because I want to make it as fine as possible. So one of these, really cheap to buy, about £3 I think. They're perfect. And then we'll empty it into a large container and we've got a start. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill one of these. I can multi-sow onions into every cell. So considering that that's 24 individual cells, we'll be able to put quite a lot of onion seeds in there. And then later we'll prick them out and move them on. And I've got one of these plastic containers as well. These are perfect to use because I can keep a good amount at hand. You might notice I'm wedged in between two sheds. That's because every now and again the wind picks up. So apart from sheltering plants, I'm sheltering myself as well. I only need enough to fill one tray, so just doing a small amount today. This has been in the shed and it's still wet through. Makes it more difficult to sieve, but we'll get there. So I'll do enough for that one tray and then we'll get some seeds in. And as always, any lumpy bits I save because I can put them at the bottom of bigger containers. It helps with drainage. But what we're left with is much finer compost. And there's plenty there as well. These have also got some good sized holes in the bottom. So I'll just fill it. Now I've done that, I'm just going to make a little recess. I'm not going to make it too deep. So you can see we've just got a little bit of a gap there. I'll just even it out a little bit along those edges. The deeper you plant your seeds, the longer it's going to take them to emerge from that compost. We want to get these onions started as soon as possible. So I've got my seeds, we've got some red Brunswick, and then I've got some of these. So what I'm going to do is half of each. There's not a lot of seeds in these packs, so we'll make sure we space them out right. So basically just broadcasting a few seeds into each cell. As I said, we're going to be pricking these out at some point, so it don't matter how many you put in. Don't go too mad though, obviously. Spread out these last few. That is all as white's done. So same again with red ones. We're only using a very small area and just a bit of compost, and we're getting a lot of onion seeds sown. That's plenty. So now all we need to do is just sprinkle compost over the top. And because we've already sieved it, it's a nice light layer. It's not going to stop them breaking through that compost. And I'm not going to water this because compost is already quite wet. I'm just going to smooth that over. Make sure everything's covered. And there we go, that's that done. And then we can put it back in that tray, which we can use to bottom water because these don't have any holes in bottom. And we're going to add a propagator lid to it. That's as onions set up. I will put a label in so I know which is the whites and which is the reds as well. So 24 cells, half red, half white, but a lot of onions to come. So pretty simple for his first sowing it year. We've got a lot of onions in there, aren't we? And those are going to be taken indoors just to start those seeds off, or you could put them in a propagator or in your greenhouse if you've got one, just to keep that frost off them. That's really important. But because we put that lid on top, that is going to keep moisture in there and help those seeds germinate. Other things that you can be doing at this time of year if you want to, and you've got somewhere where you can provide protection, is broad beans. Just put the big seeds into pots and then keep them out at frost once again, and you can get them started ready to plant on later. You could also do the same with garlic. If you can get hold of any cheap apple, plum or pear trees, then get hold of those, because any time between now and March you can plant those trees as well. If you've not already done it, you can prune back your fruit bushes, but don't do that if you've got a frost warning coming. It's not going to do them any good. One other thing you can be doing as well is starting off chilies and peppers, but if you're going to do that, you're going to have to do those indoors, and you'll need a heat mat and artificial light, because first off, peppers won't germinate in cold temperatures, and then when they do germinate, if they've not got enough light, especially at this time of year, then they're just going to stretch and become very weak, leggy plants. But if you don't want to do any of those yet, there's still plenty of time to start them off. So if you want to just start with your onions, get those on way. These have a long growing season, around 120 days to reach maturity, so the sooner you get them started, the better. But if you want to wait until the end of February, you can do that as well. I just want to get going early in season. Just before I go, I'll give you a quick update on some of the things that we've got going that we're overwintering. That is as parsley, and as you can see, regardless of those -4 temperatures, it's managed quite fine. And those are the apple trees that we bought last year. They've put quite a bit of growth on. And then we've got those spring cabbages, still taking off any leaves like that. Just break them off, just leave all the good ones. They're very cold hardy plants. And that's the other ones, and these look even better. They're starting to put some really good size on now, as you can see. So, bit of a clean up, and these will continue to grow quite happily. Anyway, if you want to see what else we're going to be sowing and growing as we go through the next few weeks, then please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.